This interview is about obtaining a PhD by going from undergrad to a doctoral program straight through, ultimately gaining a PhD. The topics will consist of motivation, programs, work and internships during study, and future plans and recommendations to you.
Okay.
Let's begin with what is your name and title?
My name is Dr. Brittany Goodman Pettis, and I am a speech language pathologist.
All right, and what is your current age?
I am 31 years old.
All right. What were your parents' educational levels growing up prior to your senior year in high school?
Prior to my senior year in high school. So, my dad joined the United States Air Force at 17 years old, and he returned back to school when I was actually a junior in high school. And so, he was actually working on his undergraduate degree when I was in high school. And my mother didn't have the opportunity to actually go off to college or go to high school. And she did later go back and finish, but it was after I was done.
Did this influence your pursuit in a college degree?
It didn't influence my pursuit in a college degree, but it did influence um, my will to actually become a better person and to be successful because of how hard they work to um, raise their kids and bring up their family in a good way.
What was your high school GPA?
I believe it was a 2.7 when I graduated from high school.
Were you involved in any programs or extracurricular activities in high school?
Yes, I was involved in the Key Club. I was the president. I was a part of the French Club. I was also on the dance team. I was on the basketball team. I was a football manager. And I was also a part of a club, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a name. I mean, it was a club specifically teaching the students to prepare for jobs when they graduate from high school. So we would do resumes, interviews, and so forth.
Where did you attend undergrad?
I attended North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Did you get any scholarships or grants?
No, I did not.
Did you take a break before you went to the next level of school?
No, I did not.
Where did you then attend for your master's?
I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C.
And did you have any scholarships or grants for that school?
Yes, I received a grant from the Department of Education to study culturally, linguistically diverse populations in communication sciences and disorders in public school systems in the United States.
All right. And where did you attend graduate school for your PhD?
I attended Prairie A&M University right here in Texas.
Did you take a break from Howard to PV?
No, it was literally a few months until I got accepted to the next one.
Did you accept any scholarships or grants to go to PV?
I didn't get any scholarships or grants going to PV, but PV was my cheapest degree, believe it or not. It didn't cost a lot at all. It's amazing.
At what age did you actually gain your PhD?
30 years old.
Um, did this influence your decision to go straight through your scholarships and grants?
No, what influenced me to actually pursue my doctoral degree was I was a part of the Ronald E. McNair program. And basically, it's a program that focuses on underrepresented minorities in fields. And they teach us to do research and they push us to be doctors. But then also, my cousin was the Surgeon General of the United States of America. He was the first Black Surgeon General of the United States of America. And so on my 16th birthday, he talked to me about pursuing a college degree. At the time, I didn't know I wanted to go to college. I was planning on going into the military.
This was your ultimate motivation.
Yes, and my grandparents. My grandparents didn't have the opportunity to go off to college. And from the time I was a baby, they actually put away funds for me. Granted, it couldn't pay for my college, but it helped out with books and everything. So um, I know that's something that really meant something to them.
What was your undergrad major?
My undergrad major was speech pathology and audiology.
And what was your master's major?
Communication, sciences, and disorders.
And what was your doctoral major?
My doctoral major was educational leadership. Sorry.
How does this tie to your employment choice?
So right now, would you like to know about my job right now, or would you like to know about?
How do these majors tie to the job that you were pursuing to?
Okay, so when I went to A&T, I have a degree in speech pathology and audiology. And so you have a choice of being a speech pathologist or an audiologist once you leave or going to pursue. So I decided that I wanted to work on language. And that's specifically because I've traveled all over the world and I was always fascinated with language and cultures, and that's the one form that we all communicate with. So I pursued a degree in speech pathology and I went off to Howard and got my master's where I specialized in culturally linguistically diverse populations and communication sciences and disorders. And then that helped really make me who I am as a speech pathologist and what I choose to do for a living.
Were you employed during undergrad or have any internships?
Yes, I was working at Wood Forest National Bank during my undergrad, and I didn't have any internships during my undergrad. Other than the Ronald E. McNair program. I'm sorry, I keep on reading about this, but basically they paid us to do research, and it was $4,500 every summer in order to do research to add to your field of your choice. And so I focused on low level. I'm sorry, I focused on lead poisoning and how it impacts communication disorders in undergrad. It's been so long.
Were you employed during grad school or
Yes,
during Howard University law
yes,
school?
I was. I was a speech assistant or a speech therapist, assistant for PG County Schools, where I worked for a Head Start program.
And were you employed during your doctoral program while
Yes,
you were with
I started
PV?
my PhD program while I was working as a fully certified speech language pathologist in the school systems, working 40 plus hours a week. And I continued that until I completed my degree.
All right. How did these jobs prepare you for your current job?
Um, I think that it made me stronger. It taught me about accomplishing goals when you're tired. I worked 40 hours a week in undergrad. Most of my friends didn't do that. Um, and so it was a completely different, it was about balancing life. And I think that's the only thing I've known from the very beginning is work and school. And so while some people found it harder later on while they were working and completing a graduate degree, it was really easy for me because of that.
Um, and how will your how was your job experience? How will your job experience help you with future work?
So in the future, I plan on opening up a private practice. Um, and right now, my job experience pretty much, it opens up all the doors I need to own a private practice. I'm a coordinator at University of Houston where I do the summer speech program. I'm in charge of ordering materials. I'm in charge of organizing the camp itself. I'm also a clinical educator where I supervise graduate students and I teach them what they need to know in order to come out into the field. And then I currently serve in the school districts where I actually do therapy for children. So it's all needed to do what I want to do in the future.
Would you say you gained more experience with class, or would you say you gained more experience through work?
So I would like to say that both. Literally, I needed the classes to prepare me and teach me about the anatomy and the physiology behind everything that I'm doing, and the theories and the purposes to treatment. But then I also needed the real life experiences in order to know that everything isn't done by textbook. Sometimes you have to be flexible and sometimes you have to do things a little different, but you have something to support the reason why. And so they're both very critical in the development of my field or me.
So, what is your current employment?
Currently, I work at University of Houston, where I'm a clinical educator. I'm a coordinator of the speech camp that we have for kids during the summertime. I am also an adjunct professor, where I teach anatomy and physiology. And I work for Houston ISD, where I serve as a speech pathologist in the school district, in an urban school district, one of the largest school districts in the nation, to be exact. Well, the seventh largest school district in the nation.
Do you have a 5-year plan?
No, there's no more plans for me. I plan on living life, enjoying life, and taking it day by day, and focusing a little bit more on family and myself, and just enjoying the ride.
Alright. Do you have any younger siblings?
Yes, I do.
How many?
I have two.
Did you encourage them to follow your lead?
So I encourage them to follow their hearts and to do whatever they're passionate about and happy about. Not necessarily being a doctor. Being a doctor isn't for everyone, and I understand that completely. I just want them to be happy and passionate about what they do so they can make a difference in this world as God calls us to do.
Do you have any children, nieces, and nephews?
Yes,
How many?
I have one daughter, I have one niece. No, two nieces. Sorry.
Do you plan to, or do you encourage them to attend college?
Yes, I'm going to encourage all of them to go to college. But I know that, it just depends on, right now they're also young. So, as they grow, they might see something different and they might have a different talent. But I'm always going to tell them to pursue college because it's always good to have that background so you can understand legal stuff behind what you're signing and writing stuff. It's just good to have.
Is there any future college for you?
Possibly in the future, there might be a little bit more college if God calls me to do that.
And do you have any ideas of what that may be?
Yes, I do have an idea what that might be. Um, so I don't want to say right now. Sorry. But let's just say I might be following in the path of Mrs. Cynthia Bell, Reverend Cynthia Bell.
Oh. So you're pursuing what would that be?
Theology, Possibly. But not to be a minister or anything, just for my own knowledge. And that might be years and years and years and years down the road.
Thank you. This concludes
You're welcome. I'm sorry I caught you off guard. I gave you a surprise. Thank you. It was a great interview.